That's right where we want to be in order to learn. Sounds good. All right.
Exactly, to get better.
What do you want to work on for today?
I'm not really sure. I've seen you do a few of these, but don't really know how, generally speaking, they should go. I went ahead and I've got like a handful of videos uploaded to YouTube just in case like going over that is helpful. But I don't know what I don't know, so I don't know what would be best as like a starting point to work on, you know?
Yeah. All right. Sounds good. In which case, first off, what are your goals for this set? Would you say?
Yeah, I mean, the goal that I listed on the application, I think, was like to get to GM. I'd been very slowly improving over time, going from like proper true zero masters to like, okay, yeah, I can maintain a couple hundred LP and that's fine, you know.
Cool.
And that was my primary goal. Obviously, my other like ambitious side goal is to keep getting way better than that. But that's the baseline.
Yeah, makes sense. So in which case, I think it makes sense to first off think about and be particularly aware of the kinds of practices that allow you to consistently improve, and not just like gain LP in one game. So for example, as you go through things, we'll uncover things related to this, but just keep an eye out for situations where you do things that maximize LP rather than maximize your understanding of the game, and try to lean towards doing some more of those learning activities, which we'll cover significantly here. I think the best thing to start off with is I'll grab the link to those videos to get like a scan of how you play, and then try to work on figuring out the things that would be most important to improve first.
Sounds good. Let's see if I can. I got you. Okay. Where would you like me to dump these?
You have your own channel here.
So just in that one.
Yeah,
Yep,
yeah.
that sounds good to me. I will get those there in a second. Yeah, and I guess that's kind of like a nice overall goal, I guess. Oh yeah, I'd like to have more LP, right? But I think the more true thing I'd love to come away from in the next like 10 weeks is, genuinely speaking, a little bit better understanding in terms of habits and practices for continuing to improve in the long run. I do it's very easy to sit down and load into a game and be like, well, if I practice, I'll get better, right? It's a lot more difficult to like intentionally develop that attitude of, well, I need to go and check on this and I need to learn this and I need to know this before I like get into something. And it's not just about having that information, it's about knowing how to get that information.
Exactly right.
You know what I mean?
Yep. Cool. All right.
Sorry, I've got like 6 of these. I'll start dropping them.
Sure.
Honestly, I have no idea what order I'm dropping these in.
All good. The titles are pretty descriptive. If there's any, it sounds like you don't have one in particular you want to go over. So, but if there is one, you can let me know.
Not really. I think if I remember correctly, kind of the first initial ones were games where it felt like things were going okay, but I couldn't quite push through to win. Like the Blossom one was annoying. It was coming off the back of this weird Blossom Prismatic game that I had played separately, where, oh look, Prismatic Blossom, I win the game, right? Like whatever, sure. But the first 3, I think, were all games where I went like 3rd or 4th, and it felt like, what do I do in order to have actually maximized my position? Like feeling like I got handed an okay position and really kind of stumbling with it, I think is more what those were.
Cool. Yeah. Let me look at your initial conditions real quick before I make a judgment here. Okay, I think I have a good idea. So, I want you. Okay, I'm gonna ask you a question first. What is the sum total, by the late game, of the value you get from your augments? Like, what do your augments actually provide you here?
Well, here in this game, my augments are providing me 3 components, a 2-star 5 cost if I get there,
Mm-hmm.
and then a 2-star 2 cost, and then I'm gonna say probably like 20 rerolls and 26 gold. So in total, we're talking like what, 60 gold if you want to round a whole bunch of things together. Maybe more like 70, 80 gold, and then
Yeah.
3 components.
Here's what I'll say. I think this is probably a little bit overkill on the gold. I also think that your by this position, you're probably expected to be less healthy than you are now on average if you play against a group of people or a field of peers. I'd say people who are as good as you. And I'd say that the amount of total value that you get out of your augments is a little bit low, and that angling like this isn't as good when there isn't like a real fast 9 comp you want to play. And what do I mean by that? I'm basically saying that for the comp you want to play, which is Ari Blossom, this distribution of resources is not that good. So if I pull out the pen, see if this works fine. Okay. So if we go over what your augments actually give you, right? It's like in terms of econ, we're like we got a ton of econ, right? We have like a lot of econs. Like this is econ, this is items, this is combat, right? Items from our augments, we got a little bit of items, right? Like we have a few components, you know, we have like 3 components. That's all right. Do we have any combat? We have no combat, right? So we don't. This is our distribution here, right? This is a distribution that's like quite well suited for a fast 9 comp, a level 9 comp. And the reason why is because your gold buy like those how do I say this? You're buying with your gold less power playing this comp compared to playing a level 9 comp. Does that kind of make sense? Like the level 9 comp runs like a ridiculous amount of 2-star 5 costs. All the gold is useful, all the 5 costs are useful with or without items mostly, and that's the setup you want to be in. However, for 4 costs, you are like the max amount of gold you can use sits somewhere around here, right? Like more than this amount of gold is very hard for you to use. And the problem is like the items, like you probably want like a few more items on average, maybe this is like fine. And then like ideally you have some amount of combat too, right? And keep in mind that like this stuff all stacks relatively multiplicatively with each other. So if someone has combat and you don't, and your boards are similar-ish, you're fairly likely to lose in that situation. So understanding what you want out of your augments relative to the comp you want to play is fairly important. Like I would say that if you generally want to play Ari, this is probably not the augment you should have picked, because it gives not the right distribution of resources that you like. Does that kind of make sense?
Sure, that makes sense.
Okay, cool. I would say that this spot's not bad, but I would expect that because you have way more health than I think you should have on average. But if you have less health here, you're just kind of in like a really, if you have to roll on 8, you're doomed. If you go 9 without enough health, you're also doomed. Which is a result of like not getting the resources that you want playing a level 8 comp. So let's go back to the start. Let me quickly scan your holds.
Yeah, and that's something I'm really not confident about in this set compared to, say, last set for whatever reason. Just
the holds?
Yeah, deeply unsure about like what to be looking for initially. Some things are easy, like if I can put together 3 Blossom, great, because extra wisp value or whatever. But
yeah, have you seen this sheet right here?
Probably not. I've poked through some of them, but this thing you posted just now. Yeah, I had that pulled up over here.
Cool. Based on this, what would you do differently this turn? What do you think you should do instead? I'll go to the start of the turn.
Locate it again. Oh, I had that tab pulled up somewhere. 1 second, because now I've lost it. I know you put it in the sheets and prep area, right?
Yep.
Yeah, okay, that's where I put it. Okay. And I assume the intent of this is to show groupings of kind of pair holds that you might want to make toward the beginning of the game, or reasons to have these sets of units.
The point of this is to show all the stuff that's high, that I consider to be high power. Like
Okay, I got you.
Like all the stuff that on equal upgrades basically will beat the vast majority of the rest of the stuff that exists in the game.
Right, gotcha.
Like you can imagine this to be like the top 15% of stuff,
right.
of you know, like units or openers basically.
Okay, gotcha.
All right, so what would you change based on it? And before I go into that, I actually want to explain why at a more, so like as you learn the game, you learn, oh yeah, pairs are good, traits are good,
Yeah.
right? But as you go and like the thing with pairs are good, traits are good, is that it has the presumption that the worst spot in the game is having the weakest board by absolute power, right?
Right.
Because like all you're maximizing is, oh, pairs are good, traits are good, I'm maximizing board strength, right? But what that doesn't take into account is the cost of the board. And what it might influence you to do, which is like not directly the board's fault, but is like an implication of it. And what I'll say is the worst spot to be in the game is not making 10 loss streaking on 2-1. It's actually leveled, expensive board, and then lose like 1 or 2 too many rounds. That's the worst spot to be in. And
sure,
if you play what is it? If you always hold strongest, like pairs, upgrade, strongest board, you're much more likely to end up in that situation if you end up in an opener that is inherently like around the middle. If your opener is around the middle, right, of power, and you run into someone who has the same upgrades as you, but their opener is higher in the power tier list, right, you're going to lose to them. And you're going to lose to them despite the fact that your board is expensive, right? You could have like a 12 gold board and still lose, or like a 9 gold board and still lose. And then your position is really, really bad. Whereas if you have, if you have the higher, if you have the better openers, basically, even if you have less on the openers, it doesn't really matter until you get near the top, in which case you'll like add something that's not on the sheet to like improve your board, for example. But this should be the foundation, because if your foundation is some combination of these units or openers, then on equal footing to your opponents, you should expect to win more of those rounds. So you're getting more out of the cost of your board. Like your level 3 boards will beat the other level 3 boards. Your like your mid-level 4 boards without leveling will beat the other mid-level 4 boards. You get advantages everywhere by playing the stronger openers without having to pay the gold for it. Does that make sense?
Right. Yeah.
Cool.
And the 4 tanks that you've got up at the top here, is this just intended to be like, these are the ones that you would want to play out of this particular trait?
No, this is here as a symbol to represent the relative power of the tank, of the traits themselves. So
okay, I understand.
Juggernauts
Gotcha.
over Vanguards over Brawler equal defenders, basically.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Cool. All right, back to this. What would you do here?
In mind,
that? Yeah.
I mean, I think holding the Yorick is good. Probably, realistically, I've never liked this Varus unit. I guess I was holding it because it's rapid fire Inferno. I don't think I need to be. Yeah. So almost certainly hold the Yorick pair. I don't remember what I did here, but hold the Yorick pair, hold the Ornn pair is kind of like a gut reaction thing. And get rid of, probably in order, the Pebbles, maybe the Varus, and the Cinderling. The reason for holding, obviously, the Varus pair is I'm already sitting on the Zaya, that's her name.
Yeah, here's what I'll say. If Varus is like around the middle power, what you're doing is reasonable. I'm pretty sure Varus is like legit like the very bottom.
Just actually trash.
Which
yeah,
makes
sure.
him like basically never worth holding or playing around is the problem.
Gotcha.
So here's I think what you're saying like it's well trained through basic fundamentals. Now it's like time to begin to work with adjusted fundamentals, basically, right? It's like there's imbalance and there's like power imbalance in the game, and therefore we need to play around it. And funnily enough, the logic you use is definitely is more applicable near the end of the set. It's usually around the middle where they actually start like balancing the early game units properly, and then you can actually really hold a lot of stuff. So say, for example, like we take a quick peek here. Did you play the end of set 17 or no?
I did not play basically the last month of set 17.
Oh, last month, good enough.
But
so like
I played through until regionals was, right? But
yeah, okay. So like they're like decent by then. Like TF was decent. This is decent. Talon Bar decent. Like a lot of this stuff is decent. Ezreal was pretty good. This is like decent, right? Like it's a lot more of the stuff can be played compared to the stuff right now because it's just not balanced, right? Like if you throw random numbers at a dart, they're not gonna be balanced compared unless you start like adjusting them based on data, right? So yeah, I'll tell you now what I would elect to do. So I think Pebbles is around the middle. So it's not top, but I think it's around the middle. Here's where I would prioritize in order. And I'll write this down. Number one. Okay, top priority. These two. This is number one. Number two. I need some decent damage. Is my second thought. So my number two is like it's either I need some decent damage or I have the potential to play towards what is it? Solar as well. But I think the thought should be decent damage, not other frontline pair. Like I'm happy to like completely leave this behind if I have to, right? If holding the other stuff is better. But decent damage is next, so I'm pretty sure it's this or this, depending on the component I get. This is conditional depending on the component. If it's AP, this is my best. If it's AD, this is my best. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then the next priority in terms of where I spend my gold is like now I'll hold for some reroll outs, right? Now like Ornn pair is like chill. I'll hold them together, and then I'm pretty sure here I would sell this and buy the Veigar is what I would do.
Right. Sure.
That's the last of my gold. Wait, no, that's not the last of my gold.
It's like
no, it is.
Gold,
it's not if you're willing to sell one of these depending on component.
That's fair. Yeah.
Or like you could hold like this or the other one is like fine. Veigar has some reroll potential too, so if you see like a tier, you can hold both over the Cinderling, but like this is fine. Does that make sense? Like that's the way I'm scanning through this, and having the thought process clear is like always good. Like number one is you need frontline, and like ideally it's good frontline. Ideally it's like the juggernauts, right? And then number two is you need damage, and ideally it's high quality damage. I value like there's like a sliding scale of quality versus robustness. And when I say robustness, I mean how much of it you actually have, right? So like pair, like one cost pair plus one cost trait bot is reasonably robust, right? It's like not great, but it's okay, right? But because this is like near the bottom, like I don't want it, right?
Sure.
Whereas like if I had Varus 2 plus Mama Beak, I would keep it. I would keep it here. I would be like, this is good enough, right? The game's not that imbalanced. Sometimes it might be. If Mama Beak was also terrible, then I'm out of there, right? But Mama Beak is okay right now, I'd say. So that's when I would keep it. But just keep that concept in mind. Any questions?
No, I don't think so. It all generally makes sense.
Cool.
I just need to. I feel like I need to be a little bit more aware of actual individual unit strength.
Yeah.
Going into some of this.
Yeah, like I've played a ton of games. Like I have an idea. Without it, you gotta like go by more by tier list or like talking to other people, which we have plenty of people to do that with here.
Right.
Yeah.
And some of it is honestly going a little bit by feel as things have like. I think Pebbles is worse than he actually is purely because I'm just reacting to him being weaker than he was. You know, like in the few games that I played early in PvE. You know. It's like, oh, well, I just jam Pebbles and I win every fight. And he doesn't do that anymore, so he feels bad, even if he's not actually bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Do I just, like, fail to buy this Yorick?
No, you have Yorick too. There's one on the board.
I have Yorick too. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, this looks fine. There's something weird that happens, I think. You sell something, I think, the last turn. You sold a collie. Ah, yeah.
Oh, another like terrible gut reaction that I have to like. She's almost certainly better than I've felt she is. That unit has just betrayed me. It's just what it's felt like at times.
Yeah, you should develop a practice. I think you're kind of ordering things in your bench, right? Kind of, or no?
Yeah, I'll move things around in my bench for like how I'm thinking.
Okay,
Not always, but.
Like this time period you have on stage 1 is pretty short. You always want to know what your least desirable unit is, and I think you have an idea of it. You're just it's just that in my opinion it doesn't match my read of the unit strength, which is fine. That's easy to fix.
Sure.
Okay. What comps are you comfortable playing on this patch?
What am I comfortable playing? Well, the thing that I seem to have had most success with is playing Blossom when the opportunity presents. Cool. I've played some Adapter Reroll. I've been trying to get familiar with just the stuff that's good, right? So, like, I think my most recent game, I ended up playing around Nidalee, but that was not a Nidalee game. That was a trait letter game. That was a little wild. I had played some of the like Yunara Alistair thing. I think I've developed a hatred for that comp now, though. So
it's not good anymore.
That a little bit, yeah, right. Like that's what it's felt like. That's one of the games in here where I'm like, well, I felt like things went my way, and I went 4th.
Yeah, that means the comp is not good.
Yeah, exactly. Because I was like, I have a 4th, a 4th, and a 5th with that comp most recently, and it's like, well, all right. I did play some Blackthorn Warwick to like some success. That comp doesn't feel good anymore. Man, Adapter Reroll and RE seem to be the things that I've been like most successful with, just running through.
Which Adapter Reroll?
List. This was like just Master Yi.
Oh, that's what you meant. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, those are good.
I'm really good
chill.
at completely failing playing Fast 9.
That's half not your fault. Fast 9's not very good.
That's what it has felt like. Is I instinctively still click Birthday Reunion like a little too aggressively, I think, after they've changed it, because previously it has felt really good to just take it, go to level 4, and be like, all right, well, I'm just gonna like steamroll the lobby now. And now it doesn't do that anymore, which good, but I haven't adjusted that in my head yet. Caitlyn Reroll has been working really well for me. The like couple of times I've done it, seems good. That's kind of the stuff that I've done this patch, I think, most recently.
Yeah, that's like purely based on your experience, right? Everything you just told me.
Yeah, that's like running.
Here's what I'll tell you. You should trust your feeling. Your feeling is pretty good. Like if you feel like something's ass, it's probably not very good. And if you feel like something's good, it's pretty good. All right. So like you should have like a running, like maybe like jot it down somewhere, where you like are actively aware of what is working and what is not, and you lean towards what is working. Right. That's like the super simple kind of steps to take. Right.
Sure.
So
the Blackthorn Warwick game was 2 Blackthorn emblems. That's why that happened. Okay.
Makes sense.
I was like looking through, why did I do this?
Yeah. So given that, what do you think you should be doing here?
Man, I think I hated these augments when they showed up. Like, Solar has not been working for me. I have been struggling with that.
I hate this one too.
Okay, so I think I roll that first, if I remember right.
Here's what I'll quickly say something. Number one, Solar is a 1-cost reroll comp that also needs to hit 2 costs.
Yes.
Number 2, it needs econ. If you don't have econ, it's really, really hard to play.
That's exactly what it's felt like. And so I take this, and I'm just gambling if I get econ
No,
on
this is
3-2.
terrible. This is a trap.
Like,
this is the trap.
Yeah. So it felt terrible.
You don't need more health. You need more gold. This is wrong.
Right.
Also, this is bad. This is bad for the comp when the comp isn't bad. That's when it's like an XDD. Yeah.
That's fair.
What do you think about this one?
Woven Magic feels like it caps out pretty high for a gold augment. I do kind of like it, but I think here I ended up leaning toward bonus gift because I didn't feel like I had tools to really make use of Woven Magic. Like I don't have anything really pushing my mana to get those items fairly quickly.
Yeah, I think are you considering how strong your board is for which augment you select?
Yeah, I didn't feel particularly comfortable with my board here. I have a Yorick too, great. That's about it. I don't think I had anything that, even if I managed to random into a Shojin or whatever, nothing that I can really
given your evaluation
slamming.
What kind of augment do you think you should take?
I was wanting an econ augment here, I think.
This is we're on the same page, right? This is an econ augment.
Yeah, I think that's an econ augment.
This one's chill. I don't know if you hate it or not.
Like 3 gold at you or something. Okay, I click this augment a lot. Actually, it's nerfed now, and I can feel that when I click it. I still click it a lot though.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't remember. I take Birthday Reunion here, I guess, don't I? And that may have been just a reaction to the bonus gift nerf. It's that thing where like, oh, this doesn't feel as good as it used to be. So I gut reaction to it rather than like understanding really how good it is now, you know?
Yeah. You want to know a general interesting philosophy thing?
Sure.
You should generally believe that the things they nerfed are still good and the things that they buffed are still bad, and you'll be right more often than not.
You know, that's probably fair. Yeah.
Because they nerf stuff within the top 20% of power, and they buff stuff in the bottom 20%.
Yeah, this notion that they nerfed it for a reason because it was really, really good, and now even if it's just good, it's still good.
Yep. Holy shit! If you take an econ augment and you just hit this, you're like super chilling. Because this gives so much gold if you lost streak. Would you get Yunara?
Yeah, I got Yunara, and then I just have Blossom like online at that point.
That's
so
cool.
That was a little high roll. It felt like.
Yep. It's a little high roll.
She's
nothing crazy.
She's not as good as she used to be.
Oh no, she's not that good.
Be maidenless.
Okay, do you know rule number 3 in okay, here's what I'll say.
Yeah.
Basically, you should use your 5 gold in some way. You should technically either be buying these or you should be
pre-leveling to 5.
You should do one of the two, right?
Yep.
I think in this spot, these units are so bad you can pre-level, or like they're weak enough that you pre-level, or if you don't pre-level, which I think is okay as well, you should hold the Elise because some of the time your next shop will be Elise Recon, and then you'll play them, right?
Yeah.
But you can't high roll the Elise if you don't have the first one, right? It's not high roll unless you get it 2-star.
Yeah, that's the thing. Usually I spend my gold in some fashion. I don't know if I was just tired this game or what, but yeah, for sure. Use the money that you have as long as it's not going to cost you money.
In your head,
I think
are you just playing you're just playing Ari?
In my head, that's kind of where I'm leaning at this point. Yeah, just I think some of that's because last time I clicked Birthday Reunion and went for like a typical, just here's a ton of 5 costs. It didn't work out very well. I guess I have this, I don't know why I'm thinking that. I have this other game where I went like Draven, Ivern, Kennen, Amumu, whatever, and like that game played fine. But I think at this point I'm sitting here like, well, if I have the money to go 9, that almost guarantees I'll get the Ash. I'll be able to play like the 5 Blossom board, no problem. Have plenty of cash, etc. And that's kind of my thinking here. Almost, I think the reason that even that I took 3-2 invested the way that I did was simply because I was like, I want to make sure that I get full value out of my gold augment, which is a little bit silly because I don't get full value of my gold
be
augment because I
fair-
get a 5 cost I don't want to play.
No.
But
I think taking investment in the spot you're in is totally fine.
Sure.
The only thing is, I think you would not like. It's kind of it's not coherent basically to be playing Ari, which is heavily reliant on 4 costs to kind of work. Like the comp is Ari,
Sure.
is what
Yeah,
it
yeah.
basically is, right? And like the comp
Mhm.
is also usually heavily contested. So if you try to go 9 for Ari, the Aris are all gone by the time you start rolling,
Right.
which is bad.
Mhm.
Small question. Is there a reason you didn't like this charm?
Uh, no,
Yeah,
no, there's no reason.
I think you probably should have bought it.
They probably should have bought it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think buying it here is good.
It's actually like a question that I keep asking myself constantly, especially as I'm playing Blossom. Because as I'm playing Blossom, usually I'm leaning a lot more toward, well, I should probably buy a charm, like buy the charm because, well, that's where some of my power is it makes the charms good. But I started playing more significant, like real quick. I've played like TFT in set 1, and then like set 6, and then like 8,
Yep.
and then 10, but only like a little bit in each of those, right? I played like a whole bunch of set 1.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't play 11 or 12, so I didn't encounter charms at all.
Yeah.
And now I'm just unsure of how to engage with the mechanic all the time because it feels really awkward. Like one of the reasons I have kicked up the value of econ in my head, and this may just be incorrect, is because I've just got this drain on my money happening all game, is what it feels like.
Yeah. Cool. I'm gonna. How many of the other sessions have you watched? It sounds like not that many, right?
I have watched like a couple of them that you've streamed. I haven't really like been here for them.
Okay.
I wasn't 100%
Yeah,
sure
yeah.
on etiquette, etc.
Oh,
So
yeah, it's all good. You can sit on whatever. That's chill.
Sure.
Here's what I'll say. It's gonna revolutionize your mind.
Sure.
You're supposed to use charms almost exclusively for gaining gold until you hit your entire board.
Sure. Yeah.
So what's the obvious thought if you see this?
Well, the obvious thought there is that's +4 gold.
Yeah.
Is the obvious thought.
Okay, and then how could it be not +4 gold?
Well, if those rerolls aren't valuable to me, it's not +4 gold. If I'm missing an interest interval, it's not +4 gold.
Yeah, it's missing interest. So for this to be negative, you have to lose 5 interest intervals because of this 2 gold.
Right. And that's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen, right? It's probably not going to happen. So I think
unfortunately in my head right now I was prioritizing like getting the Yorick on the board so that I could have everything to sell, so that I could make 30, because I was pretty sure I was going to win the round.
Yeah.
At that point, because my board was just quite strong. So I was like, oh, I can make 30 if I don't buy this, and it's still like not really worth it.
Yep. Yeah, fair enough. Like you should buy it and just hold all the stuff. Is what I would try.
Yeah.
What the heck happened? Okay. Have you read rule number 4 of the Academy?
I'm sure I've read it.
Okay,
I couldn't tell you which one was.
The rule is
duplicate units are good.
Yeah. Is there any reason why Leona pair is better than Yorick pair here?
Probably not.
There's no reason, right? Yorick 2 is better on our board than Leona 2, right?
It is, and I even had that thought, like, while I was trading out the Elise, I was like, man, I don't know, is Yorick better than Elise right now on our board? Probably.
Yeah.
So it's, It
is because it's traded.
I would have made that even if I wasn't going to sell the Elise, was kind of where I got to in my head at that point, right?
Yeah. Okay. Um. Why do you think you're allowed to take verticality here?
The only reason I was thinking about verticality here was because I was already leaning in that Blossom direction,
Okay.
and maybe I end up just playing like straight vertical. I've got the items for it. I'm already like win streaking. It's gonna like push forward combat so that I can keep win streaking. I think
Cool.
that's the thought process there.
Yeah. Okay. I think what was I gonna say? Okay. Rule. Here's what I'll say. I think it's very often very very bad to take combat on 3-2 if you're playing either a 4-cost comp or a 5-cost comp. Like,
Sure.
because those comps, what do they need? All comps need extra items, and on level 8 and 9, typically you can buy units that are stronger, making the items stronger. And those kinds of comps are expensive and they require upfront gold a lot of the time. And so therefore, you really want gold, or yeah, you really want to have some combination of econ and items for your first 2 augments. Combat is basically completely legal as a general rule. Number 2, I'm pretty sure verticality like straight up sucks. Especially it sucks in everything other than I think vertical rift beast.
Yeah. That's where I had played it, but now Vertical Rift Beast also feels like it sucks.
Yeah, it's not very good of a comp. It's not a very good comp, and I don't think this augment is even really good unless you have like literally it proccing on the entire board. Like on the Rift Beast board, I think you literally play 2 copies of like whatever Rift Beast, and then you're running an 8 Rift Beast board usually.
Mhm.
And then you have 7 stacks, which is pretty good. It's pretty good for a Priz. But like if you're running like 5 on Blossom, which is what you typically want to run, you don't get very many stats. And for the offensive stats, the trait already gives a lot of this offensive stat. So it's not as important to have, I'd say.
Yeah, that's fair. And I think here I was still kind of reeling from my most successful recent game at this point had been just playing straight vertical Blossom because I had like the emblem initially and then just naturaled into a quick luck.
Yeah,
So it's like, okay, well, sure.
Well, that's crazy. That's a crazy setup, actually.
That was a crazy game. So like, of course that worked out well then, but it was still in my head when I got to here, right?
You had 9 Blossom on 8, right?
Yeah, I had 9 Blossom on 8.
Yeah,
so it's just a free win, you know? Like
that would do it.
Yeah, that was a proper 11 Blossom game by the end of it. And man, some of those charms are crazy at that point. It's a little silly.
Okay. What do you think you generally want to take trying to play Fast 9 here? What kind of augment?
I mean, I'm wanting econ, right? Is like generally what I'm thinking about here, and it's not presenting itself.
Unfortunately, that's not correct.
Really? What are you thinking about for Fast 9 then?
If you're playing Fast 9, you need to you need to preserve health now and then hope you hit econ later. In general.
Okay.
In general.
Fair enough.
Because the normal timing that actually allows you to succeed playing Fast 9 is where you can go 9 on 4-7, right? Or 5-1 typically. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Like actual Fast 9, right? And you need enough health to do that. There is kind of an exception with Prismatic where if it gives enough gold, you can justify leveling earlier in some cases, especially in combination with other Prismatic augments. You can like level on 4-2 or 4-5 to 9, and then that decreases the need for having health because you can just save it by level rolling earlier. But in most general cases, you want to take items here to win the stage. And then on 4-2 you take econ because the comp's expensive as hell, and then like either way, like if you take econ here, you're dramatically increasing your chances that you lose stage 3, and then you're still not winning stage 4 because that's when everyone else spikes. So if you lose stage 3, then stage 4, now we're kind of in a hard place, right? But if you win stage 3, lose stage 4, you're totally fine. Like that's actually a good spot to be in.
So if I'm doing all this kind of this way, I did end up rolling the vertical. I have already lost the name of it. The combat augment
verticality,
immediately.
yeah.
I'm sure I believe I end up rolling both of these other ones.
Yep.
But at that point, even if I'm doing that, are you looking at something like nesting anvils here as like a notably better power spike for now to just continue the win streak on?
Yeah, it's good.
To like 4-1, 4-2 kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. It's good here because what do you have? You have did you stop? It gives you a full artifact and a full item because it gives you the one component becomes a full item. So it's like
so it's a pretty massive spike in that I get a 3-item carry basically.
3-item carry and 2-item tank
maybe.
or the other way around.
The other way around.
Yeah, it's quite good here for exactly that. Yeah, and if you saw like a similar situation with like grab bag versus slam in, like it would be the items here too. You'd want the items.
Sure.
So here you beat a guy who's not trying to win.
Yep.
I would take that too. Okay, here you lose to a guy because you didn't take you took the econ
the
augment.
Item augment. Yep.
Here you lose by I think the amount of the augment as well. This guy is not playing the game. That guy's literally not playing the game.
Yeah, this one did have just a guy literally not playing the game, which made it odd.
Yeah, that makes it easier for you, I'd say. How'd you win that round? This is the guy who's literally not playing the game.
This is the fake guy. That's how I won that round. It was a literal free round that I shouldn't have had.
So here, yeah, honestly, I think what you did is fine and fundamentally sound, I think. You don't really need the Pandora's effect, right?
I'm not sure here.
Yeah, so I agree with you that you kind of want items here.
Right.
I do think, however, that this thing is like ridiculously undertuned at this point in the game. I think when they used to have augment stats, this average in the 5s, and it's like that's because it's 2 components on 4-2. When Staffsmith exists, and it's 4 components on 4-2.
Yeah, I'm never happy to click Pandora's items.
I think what you could have done is you could have rolled this, and if you hit a good item augment, you take it, and that's because you could take explosive growth here, and then you can like the moment you see one of the charms that give you an item, you snap it off and buy the full item, and then and then you have a full extra item, and you have 26 gold on top of that, which is like a ridiculous amount of power. Or you find it twice, and then you have you spend 28 gold getting 2 full items, and you have 12 gold left over. It's like what I'm pointing out here is that there's certain situations where the power gap is so large that you can like even finesse your way into finding the resource that you need through charms, such as directly the conversion of gold into items, that you would just take the gold and then you would find the items, and then you would be better off at the end of the day. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, I think it's part of what I was trying to get at, where it's like I'm trying to like mentally, the value of econ has gone up a little bit for me because you can convert money into other things with charms, but I'm not always thinking all the way through what I could actually do with a charm. A lot more of the time it's like, oh, well, that charm happens to be good right now and I'll definitely buy it, you know, or, and yeah, I can operate on that level, but I don't remember the charms well enough all the time to really think about, oh, I could try digging for this one right now. Right.
Yeah, makes sense.
Leads me to do other nonsense like click Build-A-Bud a hair more than I used to, because I got tired of getting rolled by like 3-star 2 costs on 2-1, but
I think it's technically wrong to level here. Cause like what does the level do? Like you're gonna play a Tarek, right? But it costs us 2 gold of gold, and the chance that we win the round from it is like basically 0.
it's fair.
You can save a bit of health. The gold might just straight up be more valuable though. You should not buy that.
No.
Let me ask you something. What's the chance that you see? Okay, this is
A 4 cost.
this one makes me mad actually. Like
Yeah.
the chance that there's a 4 cost in your shop is so this is the chance you miss it in every slot. It's 0.7 to the power of 5. Oops, not that. The chance you don't see a 4 cost in your shop is 16.8% as a default. You're spending 3 gold. You're spending 2 gold.
2 gold.
I'm not blaming you. This shouldn't be in the damn game. Like on level 8. Like this should be impossible to see on level 8. In fact, I'm gonna screenshot this one and like bug report it because this is actually ridiculous. So you shouldn't click it. It's ridiculously bad. It shouldn't be in the game. Basically, yeah.
That's fair. I assume that when I do, this is me again defaulting to
The econ charm surely does something, right? Like
it surely does
like,
something.
When you have like 17 seconds and 20 other things to think about, like you're not gonna realize. Oh, you're not gonna sit there and run the math, right? But like, yeah.
No, that's totally valid. That it's just like not good.
Yeah.
Because I click it and then I get a shop
You're
immediately.
like, oh shit, wait, what even just happened, bro?
Right?
Like, you could have not bought the charm rolled and the same thing would have happened.
Same exact result. Yeah, exactly. I do feel like in all these games, I'm playing like exceptionally slow, though. I think this is a later night one for me in particular, and you can tell, like, just even not moving the items kind of thing. I'm just slow consistently. I don't know why I don't sell anything here.
Yeah, you should probably be willing to give up like the Vi or something. This is correct. What component did you take?
It's a good question. I'd have to see. I ended up with a sword.
Where's your
How and
character?
why?
You made it for Ash.
Yeah, probably.
You're supposed to take. Oh, is this? Do you have a belt already? Oh,
Yeah.
You're supposed to take bow. It's for sure bow. Like you just go Starax. Starax is good on set.
Sure.
Like you go Starax red.
Interesting.
Or like your plan to be should be Starax red. Like those are high enough quality for sure. Skipping that one's good. Are you trying to 3-star this dragon?
No.
Oh, okay.
That's just the one that popped out of the...
It
Yeah,
popped
yeah.
out of the thing. Oh, never mind. This is correct then. My fault. I skipped it too far. I like rolling on 4/7 because it's a little bit too hard to do everything in one turn.
That was why. It's just I had like
No, that's good. It's correct.
20 rolls, right?
Yeah, that's right. You should hold one of Ivern or Zyra. Is Zyra in your planner? Is that what you're looking for?
I think Zyra's in the planner at this point.
Okay.
This is when I probably go off the rails a little bit. Because I'm literally thinking at this point, when I dump this Lux on the board, I'm like, okay, I can run like item primal for a little bit and then just rip this Lux back out later. I think it was literally the consideration at the time.
Yeah.
Lux was not what I was looking for, but...
Here. Okay, I think there's a. I first want to see if you know what you're supposed to do on this turn. And like you can spot what you were. So here's an important exercise. I want you to tell me. I want you to watch this turn and tell me what you should have done differently, and then I want you to tell me after that what you could have done to be able to execute the better turn. Does that make sense?
I think so.
So first figure out what is right to do, and then secondly figure out how to make it easier to find the right thing to do the next time you're in this position.
I should have already removered this.
Good?
For one thing.
Good?
I don't know if I should have cracked the anvil already or not. I'm also like holding a bunch of things on my board that I'm not going to actually put in.
Yep.
All of those things are true.
What did you even click? Do you know what you clicked here?
Phoenix.
Okay, you should not click Phoenix here. Reason being is you're gonna be on even number of components after all this, and there's not. This is pretty good. The execute here is pretty good. Like this basically this does nothing. This legitimately doesn't do anything in this position. One of these is a must take. Do you know which one it is?
I don't know which one it is. If I was like to hazard a guess,
it's a very easy fundamental. It's a very easy answer based on fundamentals.
I would have said cloak, honestly, because I'm like concerned about just getting a 3-item tank online.
Yeah, that's right.
But
I don't think you did that.
Oh, I didn't do that. No.
Okay.
No, I think I lost track of my items, quite frankly, at this point.
Yeah, fair enough. And if you don't have that many games and stuff.
Yeah, I've got more games than is reasonable in the last
really? Oh,
week,
okay.
But this was I think this was the last game of the day at that point, and it was just
yeah, fair enough.
had been a long day. Yeah, I skipped like basically the first 2 weeks of PBE almost entirely, but I have been playing since then, so you'd expect better.
I'm gonna ask you a question.
Yeah.
Number number one, how many stun seconds do you get in a fight? So like how many let's say like you were finding the equivalent of like individual unit stunned. How many individual seconds of unit stun do you have by this charm?
By this charm?
Yeah.
This
the
charm
fight
is
goes
gonna
20 seconds.
Stun 5 times, so 10 seconds.
10, right?
Which is not a lot, I would think.
Yeah,
actually.
10 is ass is the way I put it. I think in a 20-second fight, I think the what is it? The aftershock charm that of Blossom, that one is 1.5 seconds at 8 seconds, which is pretty good, I'd say.
Right.
It's 12 stun seconds, and then Tremors is 1 second or every 8 seconds, and it's for 1.5 seconds. So it's like a ridiculous amount more. It's like 24 stun. It's like 24 stun seconds. In a 16-second fight. So this one is fairly weak. This one is like less weak than its non-Blossom counterpart, but I would say here it's very important for you to find Ash 2. So in this position, my thought would be I need to find Ash 2, number one, and I need to find a really good charm is what I'd be looking for. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Do you know the charm tier list I have?
I know I have that one pulled up over here.
Cool. I'll pull it up too. What tier of charm do you think you're supposed to accept buying in this kind of position when you're rolling here?
I would expect that if we've got tiers of charms, that like the minimum I should be looking for is an A tier if I'm going to be rolling. But
Correct. That's correct. If you're rolling and you need to win the round, you want an A tier or better because you have a lot of gold to roll. Correct. The average amount of gold needed to find a S tier charm on stage 5 is 32. The average amount of gold needed to find a tier charm is it's 1 in what? 1 in 4, which means that you need to see at least 4 different wisps on average, meaning it's 16. Right? Yeah, 16. So that's very reasonable to go for A here. Does that make sense?
yeah.
Cool.
And more than that,
Yep.
when does Blossom starts getting charms every round on 5 or 7? I've actually completely
5.
forgotten.
7
5,
is when it
okay.
gives you 4 gold per charm bot.
Right, that's what I was thinking. And so arguably when you're 5 Blossom, that just holds
It
relatively
halves.
more true.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
yeah,
So you
exactly.
should actually be
Yeah.
rolling for an S
It's
tier
like
charm. actually.
aggressively
Yes.
rolling for a very good charm.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
No, that's valid. So I was trying to like carry that one all the way through.
Yeah. I forgot about that one. Yeah. This one's good. This one does a lot of damage.
Yeah, that one seemed an easy click with this set. But
It's not just the set. If like the comp has frontline units, it's broken.
fair.
Which every comp has frontline units. Like let's see if it pops up. 3.7 is considered to be very good. I think anything close to 2k damage is reasonable, and anything over 2k is at least reasonably good. Like 3k plus is
Sure.
very strong, I'd say. You actually end up farming. Okay, maybe you're okay. Here's what I'll say about the components. I think you're still at a deficit on the components compared to taking either attack speed or for primal compared to attack speed or execute, but the play is better. Like the play is better against a lobby of players who are not as good. Like I think you're abusing the
Sure.
fact that you're better than these players, and you'll not see similar results if you played against 7 copies of yourself.
That's probably true.
Yeah.
It's especially on PBE. I'm having a hard time judging how good the players that are around me are. I should less because I think the last 2 wins gave me like 80 LP each, but
Yeah. So yeah, I'd say
so I should account for that better.
Yeah. All right, cool. I think last thing that'd be important to cover here is this is an interesting endgame scenario. I'd say you're probably supposed to level and roll and not buy this charm is what I think you're supposed to do. If you level and
Sure.
roll, you'll find the Ash anyways, and then you can find another S tier charm. You know what I mean? And then that's
Yeah.
your best position for going top 2. If you believe your board can win, then you can like not do anything this round, sack 1, go 10, roll for everything, and hopefully win is fine too.
Right.
I think this
Gotcha.
as an addition is fine compared to Zyra too. Like this is okay. I don't mind this.
Okay.
Looking back at it, yeah, this is
Eye of the storm.
and you buy this. doesn't
I've done
do
it
much.
like a couple of times here just because it feels like if you hit the Lux. But I think the other time that I did this, I ended up playing it as like a. Maybe I already had the execute on the board for that particular game state. It was like a 2 primal, maybe Nidalee thing. I had the execute and then gained the regen, I think is what it was. But
Yeah. All right. Cool. I gotta go for a different meeting here, but I think
sorry, go
this has been fun. I hope you found this helpful, and I will catch you around.
yep, thanks.
All
Appreciate
right.
it.
Cheers. See ya.
Later.